Who has made the most in terms of expense and income in the just transfer window? And I'm telling you that Chelsea are not in the top 5 teams, because obviously we saw the way Chelsea actually sold players. Trust me, in my previous video I talked about we studying the way Chelsea actually sells their players that are not really world class, but they put world class amounts on their head when they want to sell. Now I'm going to be doing it from the least to the top. Now on the list teams that has actually made expense and brought in income, Arsenal are in the last list, and they made a deficit of 283 million euros. Liverpool, 262.4 million euros in deficit. I'm going to be measuring the deficit first. Manchester United, 176.5 million euros, followed by Tottenham Hotspur. They also made a deficit of 169.1 million euros, followed by Sunderland, 136.9 million euros, and the next is Manchester City, 136.4 million euros for Manchester City. For Everton, we have 125.8 million euros. For Newcastle, we have 113.9 million euros. The next is Nottingham Forest. We have 112.5 million euros. The next is Leeds. We have 105.7 million euros. We also have Burnley, 93.7 million euros. The next is West Ham, 54.3 million euros. And after we have Fulham, 27.5 million euros. And the last that have made deficit is Wolves, 2.5 million euros. So these teams that I mentioned so far are teams that have been able to buy and sell, but still they were not able to make profit, and that is why I actually listed them in terms of deficit. So now we are going to be looking at the teams that have been able to buy and sell, and they still had profits. And Chelsea happens to be the last in this particular list, and they actually made a surplus of 4.1 million euros. That is a plus to them, trust me. The next people is Crystal Palace. They made 17.7 million euros. The next people are Aston Villa, 25.2 million euros. The next is Brentford, 56.6 million euros. And the second to the last is Brighton. They made 75.0 million euros. That is 75 million euros. And the first on the list that made so much money in selling and buying is Bournemouth. Bournemouth actually made a total sum of 100.3 million euros in just this concluded transfer market. Wow, some teams needs to be studied, trust me. Especially Chelsea. Chelsea were everywhere because they were champions of the world. So definitely the news of their players going from one place to another was just everywhere. But unfortunately, they are not part of the top 5 teams that were able to recoup income to their side even after selling players. But they are part of the list, so kudos to them. Guys, let me know what you think about this particular video, these particular teams in the list of all these spendings and bringing in people and also getting in income. Which particular team can you beat your chest and say, hey, this money was well spent, this player was well sold because it was not useful to our team, but after all, we are still going to do something like winning the EPL this season? Mention that team when you come across this video. When you got to this point, drop it in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one.